satire. But is there more to it than meets the eye? From time to time,
We are investigating an image circulating online this month. It claims to show a screenshot from a 2002 episode of The Simpsons that eerily reflects real-life events. The Simpsons. For more than 2 decades, this animated series has entertained us with its sharp humor and biting satire. But is there more than meets the eye? From time to time, this cartoon seems to have predicted events that later came true. From technological advancements to world-changing events, their foresight borders on incredible. As 2025 approaches, let's dive into some of the most unsettling predictions. Pure coincidence, ingenious writing, or something far more mysterious. Stay with us until the end, where we will reveal the truth behind these astounding predictions. Well, it's not the end of the world. Let's start with a chilling moment that set the internet ablaze. A 2002 episode of The Simpsons shows Donald Trump touching a glowing globe, flanked by 2 men of Middle Eastern appearance. Fast forward to 2017. President Trump, alongside the King of Saudi Arabia and the Egyptian president, recreated this surreal scene at the inauguration of a global center. How could a decades-old cartoon capture this moment with such precision? Was it mere coincidence? Or did The Simpsons tap into something beyond our understanding? The most talked about predictions likely concern Donald Trump's presidency. First mentioned in the 1998 episode Bart to the Future, this idea shocked the world in 2016. And that's not all. The series also predicted a Trump campaign for 2024 long in advance. In another episode, it even suggested that Ivanka Trump would run for president in 2028. Are The Simpsons mapping out the future of American politics? Or are we simply living out a script they have already written? Artificial intelligence is no longer just a sci-fi movie fantasy. In a 2016 episode, The Simpsons take us to an amusement park entirely run by robots. My cat's breath smells like cat food. That's nice, Ralph, but we're in a bit of a hurry. What begins as a fascinating attraction quickly turns to chaos when AI rebels against humanity. Today, that no longer seems so far-fetched. From self-driving cars to robot waiters in Japan, AI is now part of our daily lives. But with experts like Jürgen Schmidhuber warning of uncontrolled technological growth, are The Simpsons suggesting a darker future for us all? Imagine a world where every cry, laugh, and babble from a baby could be understood. In a classic episode, The Simpsons introduce a device that translates baby sounds into words. At the time, it was hilarious and totally improbable. Yet today, researchers are developing sound analysis technologies that could bring this idea to life. Could this invention revolutionize parenting and make sleepless nights a thing of the past? Once again, The Simpsons balance comedy with unsettling accuracy. And what if you could enjoy a gourmet meal without leaving your living room? In a Treehouse of Horror episode, Homer and Marge dine on virtual food while wearing VR headsets. It seemed ridiculous back then, but today, companies are working on immersive culinary experiences in virtual reality. From cruise ships to high-tech restaurants, the concept is taking shape, proving once again that The Simpsons saw it coming. In another episode, a holographic invitation reveals a future where holograms replace our usual means of communication. Today, high-definition holograms are no longer science fiction. Devices like Draymok already amaze us with 3D projections. Are we on the verge of a new digital era where holograms will be as common as video calls? Exciting and a little scary at the same time. This future is fast approaching. In a surreal moment, The Simpsons go even further with subliminal messages in pop music. A boy band hit actually contained hidden encouragements to join the Navy. Absurd, right? Yet history teaches us that music has often been used as a tool for propaganda and persuasion. Perhaps this wacky episode simply reminds us how easily our minds can be influenced. In the episode Marge in Chains, 1993, Springfield is struck by a flu outbreak that eerily resembles real-life pandemics. Mom, get a special hug ready. I bought you a new juicer. Oh, great. Flu germs entering every orifice in my head. The COVID-19 crisis erupted more than 20 years later, and the show's plot seems strangely familiar. In the 90s, the idea of a virus spreading through everyday objects seemed far-fetched. Then came 2020. Was this another prophecy from The Simpsons, or just the inevitable result of our hyper-connected world? Flying cars, a science fiction dream turned into a Simpsons prediction. In a 2005 episode, Bart and Lisa discover a future where they are as common as bicycles. Well, companies like Samsung Sky are working to make a reality. Their flying car, the Switchblade, recently traveled 150 meters in the air, bringing us closer to a world where traffic jams could exist in the sky. However, at $170,000, this luxury remains out of reach for most people. Some episodes of The Simpsons give off an unsettling vibe, as if the apocalypse is looming. From uncontrolled AI to global pandemics and environmental collapse, the series paints a picture of a world on the edge. In one episode, Springfield descends into chaos as society crumbles. Homer, why did you go from depressed drunk to enlightened monk? Funny story, Kent. It's the end of the world. Are these episodes disguised warnings, urging us to act before it's too late? Finally, let's go back to an old episode where Homer jokes about a third world war. At the time, it was just a joke. But today, geopolitical tensions make this prediction terribly unsettling. Are The Simpsons sending us a much graver message than we realize? But let's not forget that, despite everything, The Simpsons always manage to balance dark humor with hope. Even in the worst scenarios, the series reminds us of human resilience. From Marge's unwavering optimism to Lisa's limitless intelligence, there's always a glimmer of hope. Perhaps these predictions aren't just warnings, but calls to action, to innovate, to prepare, to hope for a better future. So, what should we conclude? Simply extremely perceptive writers, or something more mystical? Here we are, already immersed in 2025, and one thing is certain. This animated series continues to blur the line between fiction and reality, leaving us with more questions and answers